G'day, this is Captainoob, and this is a Nocturnal the Fixer, with VATS criticals doing 50% more damage and faster movement speed whilst aiming. You'll also notice it's got the patriotic paint on it, which has a French flag on the stock, which is, nothing says American patriotism like having a French flag there. It's kind of weird. Could probably use a little bit more stars there to really sell the American patriotism to me, but I don't really feel that American patriotism being Australian, but hopefully someone in the audience can vibe with that, and hopefully they're happy with that. So, Nocturnal got buffed. Basically what happened is they made it more effective at night when you ought to be using these things, and removed the penalties during the day so you can daily this, even if you are still, if you've got nothing better or you really like the Nocturnal, you won't be penalized for using it during the day, which is nice. We've got the tweaked auto receiver on this, which is different from the powerful auto that I go to, but I really want to optimize this thing and VATS, including the criticals that I'll get. So I've chucked on a quick magazine instead of the perf rating as well. And if you just compare the damages, we're only getting 6 more damage out of the bloodied faster fire rate variant here with the powerful auto. It's also black, which means it's actually kind of cooler. I actually like the black paint on the fixer. I think it suits it pretty well. Yeah, but regardless of that, yeah, this thing, definitely not that good in damage department as in comparison, but there's no multipliers anymore, so we're not losing out on a whole lot anyway, and we might actually be able to pump out more damage per shot with this thing anyway over the course of a magazine with the amount of crits that we'll be spamming, because I'm going to be pumping up my luck to a point where I can get crits every other shot, because why wouldn't I, right? I want to squeeze as much performance as possible. So 48 damage, we can apply some perks just using the standard sort of stealth commando setup for this. So we'll chuck on all of these completely worthless perks. We've got Tankular, that's pretty good. Concentrated Fire is there. Could swap that out for Ground Pounder and also just a 1 rank. I'll have enough to target the heads and then have a faster reload as well, which I think could synergize well with the magazines being the quick, so we'll go that. Why not? Concentrated Fire is only for targeting headshots anyway. Got Bloody Mess there as well. Covert Operative, Mr. Sandman. We should probably be in the night right now, so I should get started, but we should be starting to get buffs out of this thing. So we've got 84 damage versus this thing at 90, so it's already catching up, but I haven't even dropped my health yet. We might see this gap change a little bit. Okay, so under the influence of Nerd Rage now, and you can see that these are, like, they're not even that far away from each other at this point, so that's probably something worth thinking about. If you've got a Nocturnal fire rate version, you could be pretty much on par at this point. It is currently 8 PM, so as the night goes on, we'll be getting stronger buffs, so let's do this nice and quick and see what kind of damage we can get out of this before the sun comes up. Okay, so we're on the inside of West Tech now. It's we'll be starting from now on. We've got a lot of things to shoot at, and looks like the 1-2 punch would be enough for most of these things. I could probably do just as good if I didn't hold down the crit button when I was firing at stuff, but we're seeing some pretty good pace here. We're just smashed through rank 10 just now. That's good. Currently there are double rewards for weeklies, and that does include the XP ones, so if you want to jump on the lunchbox train and give Todd a little bit of cash for getting that quick XP, you could potentially save yourself a lot of grinding later on to get that score up later. And here's the problem with being super stealthy, is that nothing's really jumping out to get you. You gotta hunt them down yourself. That's pretty good. You'll note how we're getting the 375 times indication. It's not actually multipliers, unfortunately, but it is a decent additive bonus, which you take what you get at this stage of the game. And it sucks that these guys aren't full ranked super mutants here. I think maybe in the caged sealed off section they'd be level 100 super mutants. So we might just transition to go over to that. We'll come through here and blast whatever we see before jumping on the terminal and getting right inside here. Maybe I'll make that the standard testing procedure, because well, we're not really having any pressure on us at the moment, which is a good thing, because no, never mind. Maybe it was during the quest they were all level 100s, but not now. That's kind of weird. I have done Steel Rain on this character, so maybe it's a scripted thing. I don't really know. Anyways, we'll move on to the next thing. Alright, so we should be pretty good killing these ghouls here. I would imagine that I should be able to score many one-shot kills on them, which is good stuff, unless I miss. But with my perception being this high, mixed in with a little bit of gun through, I think we'll be just fine. So that's 20 kills per magazine, minimum. We could get some explosive damage thanks to far-flung fireworks to do a little bit more for us. But it doesn't look like that'll be the case. Sometimes that just doesn't work. It's just Fallout 76 being itself. Don't worry about it. The game's not supposed to work 100% of the time. We paid for a broken experience, remember? Anyways, no issues here. You really can't go wrong with anything crit damage for Stealth Commander. It is pretty nice now that we are seeing a little bit more of a reason to use these effects, which were previously looked over. Synergize, like, the synergies here, I don't think you could do a lot better than this than you could with something like, I may as well run a semi-auto version of this, to be honest. But yeah, the synergies here are probably taken by better prefixes anyway, because I could be using a bloodied one and could use that day and night and still get all of the effects from it. And if we don't see anything else, I'll just check out what that damage is before Adrenaline wears off. So we're getting 170 here versus 193. So we're still not hitting as much as a bloodied. So it's a quick reload though. You got to hand it to it there. It's pretty quick. If memory serves, I think the Nocturnal prefix gets stronger as the night goes on, right? Well, it did when I tested. It was like Whistle in the Dark. Or is it Nightlight? I think it was Nightlight. It was a Nocturnal something Tesla gun, and it did alright, but like right before 6 AM it was kicking out a lot of damage. So maybe we'll have to wait until then, but I'm crushing these enemies quickly enough that we won't be able to see that. If I really rushed this, we could probably be done before 3 AM and get a good night's sleep before getting up early in the morning. Or maybe it's due to your time. In real life, you play this just before 6 AM, you're doing double damage with your Nocturnal things, and you have a quick run at Earl before you go to work. I wouldn't get up to play this game. I'd just hit the snooze button and say, 5 more minutes. Anyways, here's Swan. And there he goes. Let me lay this down for you, fellow viewers. This fixer is hungry, and it needs something big and meaty to tear into. So far, everything has been akin to Cheetos. What we need here is a big steak. A big steak dinner. Wow, they found me. Hey, good for them. I can shoot them from all the way back here, though. So, yes, we need something with this giant, has a giant health bar and lots of health for me to chew through, and the Mirelurk Queen is going to give me just what I need here. And even if I'm not sneaking, I'm killing everything very quickly. There we go. That's a little bit better. Too bad we lost the lock on there. We'll just go back into sneak to finish it off. That's pretty good. So 170 damage right now. That would be full adrenaline indeed versus 191. So we might have to wait until 6 AM or just before, and I'll have to chuck recording on before that. But I don't think we'll be in a position where we'll be getting this thing doing stronger damage than a bloodied thing. We'll see how we go. Let's go for the legs. It's pretty good. Don't mind that. 1 mag kill. I will not say no. That is definitely good. Let's move on to the bats. Okay, so it's just about to hit 12 AM. We're doing 142 damage, and if the clock ticks over, there she goes. Still 142 damage. Alright, we are rapidly approaching 1 AM here, so as a reminder, 142 damage, and 1 AM now. Still 142 damage. I feel like they should spread the buffs out all during the night, just so you're not using them in the last couple of hours during a night. That makes them very situational and not very versatile. Okay, 2 a.m. has rolled around and no change with the damage. Very disappointed. Okay, we're rapidly approaching 3 a.m. here. I know it's turned into a boring, ooh, let's test a thing instead of actually play, but I'm interested in seeing what kind of damage. So, reminder, 142. You don't need the reminders. You only have to wait 2 seconds. And now it's 1:42 at 3 a.m. We will wait a bit longer. Alright, 4 a.m. coming up very soon. In like an in-game minute. Bam, there it is. Alright, still 142 damage. 5 a.m. right around the corner here. I've been sitting here for like half an hour, feels like, and nothing. So it must be just at night thing. Yeah, the description that they give it on this is a little bit unclear because that's the wrong button, idiot. It says damage increases with the night, not at night. So I was thinking just like old times, it'd get a little bit stronger as the night went on, but that doesn't appear to be the case anymore. Anyway, there's a Scorch Beast. We'll clean him up. There. Was he legendary? He didn't have time to regenerate, and that's a T something something. Also, it's a cheap shot. On the plus side, though, I am rank 12. I am on my way. I got a stupid hat. Can I get rid of this, please? Oh, never mind. I'm rank 13 now. I'm even better than I thought. Alright. Let's see here. There's something. Vats can't see it. I'm going to blame the season's rewards on that. That seems to be the logical course of action here. And run by and regain Nerd Rage so I can pump out crit damage. There we go. The Phantom Bat has spawned in. We'll be able to tickle him a little bit, compel him to come a little bit closer, and then when he's close, we shall strike without warning and without mercy. Unless he pisses. Not cool, Scorch Beast. Not cool. Notice how many of those shots just completely missed and didn't make it. I feel like they're mostly invulnerable when they're setting up for that animation. If that's intended or not, I'm not quite certain. We'll be able to dig a little hole and found a bat in this one though, since we spawned this one in before. Now that bat's got no idea where I am, so that's good. And nothing here. Probably time for some Radix. Yes. So that's good. He goes down. You can hear the crits going off. So, yeah, 170 damage due to full adrenaline. And worst part is, Bloodied is going to do more. So, yeah, it's not all that relevant despite being buffed. It's just not as awful as it once was. Which is a real shame because, you know, maybe putting together a Nocturnal build would be cool if the gear was as effective, but it kind of isn't, which is a little bit of a shame. But you know, some people might be interested to see what my thoughts are on this new system, and it's an improvement, I won't deny it, but it's not nearly good enough to be used as daily gear because, well, it's just not good enough. And it's 6 a.m. now, so we should see that damage drop right off. Yep, 118 versus the 167, although we have the Bloodied prefix actually doing something when the Nocturnal is doing nothing. So it's a small bonus during the night, but that's only half of your playtime unless you switch servers and get lucky. But it's just not all that useful, unfortunately. So I will either be re-rolling this or chucking it in a script bin. But if you actually are super interested in having a weapon like this, I can give it away. I don't want anything for it. Thank you for watching, guys.